going, everyone? Right. A few weeks back, I posted a video that you are seeing right now. Lebanese women are not allowed to give birth in Senegal because Senegal government took that initiative to prevent Lebanese women to have a baby. Retaliation to what the Lebanese government have been treated the black people in Lebanon. You know what I'm saying? And you all heard about what Zach Mwakanza said. Right.
It's clear now in Senegal they've made it illegal and prohibited that Lebanese women give birth in Senegal.
Right.
Lebanese.
So you all heard about it. So everyone, what's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing good. Right. Once again, based on my previous video, I reacted to, towards Zach Mwakanza's video. What I'm going to show is, most of the time I don't do a political, religious, any racial content. I don't do it on my channel, right? I don't do this kind of stuff. But it has come to my concern, a lot of videos coming up and a lot of videos going on in the social media that is getting me pissed. More especially the anti-black rhetoric, or should I say anti-black sentiment. People who don't like black people, racist people. And here is the situation. The Arabs, we are going to react on the two people, two countries, Lebanon and Tunisia. But there are a lot of the Arab countries in Middle East that they are doing the same, or should I say worse, more than that. Great. So I would like you to pay attention, fasten your seatbelts, and watch what what this lady is going to say, and we're going to react after that. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
This woman says some Arabs are way more anti-black than white people. She said if she fell in love with a black man, it will be the hardest thing to ever do to take him back home because of the backlash that they will receive. She also said that even though she wants her best friend to go to Lebanon, she wants to spare her the horrible experience she might face. I'm assuming her best friend is black. Watch this clip, we'll come back and discuss.
Some Arabs are more racist than white people, and yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how my aunt called me Shaghl al-Lail when I went to Lebanon. Let's talk about how they tell me to stay out of the sun because I'm already too dark. Let's talk about how I want my best friend to come with me to Lebanon, but I'd rather spare her a terrible experience. Let's talk about how if I fell in love with a black guy and married him, how hard that would be for me, how hard it would be for him, how many hurdles we would both have to jump through, how I really wouldn't want him around my extended family because I wouldn't feel comfortable and he wouldn't feel comfortable. It's really gross. Maybe we should start taking some accountability and stop denying it.
First of all, kudos to the sister for opening up and for being honest. Not a lot of people can be honest about the situation in these Arab countries. And, when it comes to Lebanon and Arab countries, we've talked about it on this channel before. So we know, we've discussed about how anti-black they are and how hard it is for our people to be amongst them, to live amongst them, to work for them, even worse. Like if you're working for them, it's like you are their slave. And we talk about modern day slavery in Lebanon. It's
modern day slavery, my sister, is not only Lebanon, Libya. Most of them had. Let me give the statistic. Maybe 90 or 95% of Middle East modern slavery, they are there. There's something that they don't want us to talk about it. We know, you and I, the viewers, you and I know, unless you don't do research, you and I know the fact that the modern day slavery was diverted right now in Middle East, including the North Africa and the rest of the Middle East. But people pretend that it doesn't exist, more especially the Arabs. They're trying to cover up, and it's a fact, and it's an evidence, not what this lady is saying from the African TV or whatever it is, or what I'm saying right now or reacting on it. It's a fact. And if you don't believe what both of us are saying right now, you can go through on the Facebook or YouTube and check it by yourself. Let's go.
It's even worse. They don't even see the lives of black people as worthy.
At all.
Like during the current situation, they were fleeing the war, right? Lebanese people. They were locking their domestic workers in the house when they're fleeing their situation, because guess what? They can't flee with them. Their lives is not, worth it. So they would hide them. They would lock them in the house and leave. That's how they see black people. And she is right. She didn't lie about that. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I'm Mongel Zalalam. I'll see you on the next.
Thank you, Mungin Zalala. Thank you very much for giving us the insight. Ladies and gentlemen, my viewers, my lovely viewers, you all know what she said. And you know what the ladies, that Arab lady said it. She's not Arab. And she know who the hell his people are. And the real reaction. I'm a person who I'm a loving person guy. I hate racism. I personally hate racism. I don't care whether you are blue or green or purple from any other planet. I don't care. As long as you respect me and I respect you, the boundary is ours. But if you're trying to bring a racist that you think you are more superior than I don't tolerate this kind of nonsense. I won't tolerate it at all, whatever it is. So I know that a lot of people have this kind of anti-black sentiment, mentality that echo in their brain. Uncivilized people. Anyone who is a racist, if your families are racist, and if you are racist, you are the most dumbest person in this face of the planet. I'm telling you, I'm not joking. In this 21st century, with this kind of mentality in your mind, you want to be treated nice, and you be treating people like a piece of shit. And you want to be nice, you want the people to be nice to you. No, you are not a human. I don't count you as a part of human. You cannot be my friend. You cannot be around me. That's a fact. ZS Roy, I'm saying that's a fact. If you're racist, please sign out. Yeah. Because I don't do racist people stuff. I love people. I love whatever race you are. I love whatever anybody. I don't care other religion that you come from, other any background that you come from. As long as you respect me, I respect you. We can be together for the rest of our life. But if you're racist, you are done. And this is what is happening. Anti-black rhetoric. This is what is happening around the world, more especially in Middle East, Arab countries. And there's a lot of people, I'm a person that have lived in the Middle East. I've lived in Egypt. I've lived in Saudi Arabia and the rest of the Arab world. I know who they are. I'm not somebody that I'm not following what they're saying. I have witnessed it and I've seen it. And I don't want to talk about it right now because there's no time to talk about it. But it's something that is trending all over. We know that there's a modern day slavery going on in Libya. The map is over there, the North Africa, Libya. It's happening there right now. Because of after the overthrow of the president Gaddafi, Muammar Gaddafi, after the overthrow, the country turned to chaotic. So everybody doing everything illegal. The black Africans who are trying to migrate, the immigrants who are trying to cross the Mediterranean to Europe, where they fall into the hands of these criminals who claim themselves as Muslims, who claim themselves to be, Islamically, they know everything about Islam, but they are into this business of modern day slavery, which is prohibited in Islam. But they will use their Arabization to coincide with Islamization and trying to justify it. So when you're trying to cut them and they're trying to defend it and say, oh, no, this can't be excuse it. We know it. And I know I've witnessed it, I've seen it, I've tasted it, and I know what I'm talking about. It's painful that I'm saying about it. But right, the next video is going to shock you. And that's going to be North Africa, Tunisia. For those who don't know North Africa, Tunisia, here you go. The map you see is in the is Africa in general, African map, and we are talking about a country in North Africa called Tunisia, where the arrow is being pointed. Tunisia is the country, I think, close to Italy, I think through Mediterranean Sea, and the Tunisia is between Algeria and Libya. You all see the arrow, right? Okay, now watch this. This guy, Kasi Said, Apologies if I pronounce it wrong. I don't care. Is one of the horrible. Is he alive? I don't know. Is he taking a blood transfusion or something? He doesn't look like a live person. But he's the current government or the president of Libya. Sorry, current president of Tunisia. The most uncivilized president in Africa. Most racist, incompetent, ugly. The face looked like the dead person of the mummy, or should I say Eddie Murphy trying to wear the white man's face as a mask to react. Look like Eddie Murphy is it looked like he's wearing a mask and Eddie Murphy is inside. You know Eddie Murphy is good at doing that. This Kassis Said is the most horrible president of Tunisia. I'm saying it and I'm saying it proud. Because for those who don't know, a few years back or a few months back, this guy make a comment related to his instability of an incompetency of his country. He cannot govern his country. And he's trying to shift the blame to the immigrant from Africa. Because remember, what's the name of the country? Tunisia is in North Africa. An African immigrant went there because African immigrants are everywhere. Okay? Tunisia is a different African country. We also can go there if you have a visa. And this guy trying to shift the blame that the Africans, migrants are trying to overthrow him, and then they shouldn't allow them. And then they treated this African, the black African, inhumanly, and drove them, not like he deport them by plane to their country. He deport them to the desert. They pushed them to the dry desert and left them over there to die. He let his government, military and police pushed all this Africa, arrest all the Africans, immigrants in his country, and left them, put them on the middle of the desert, and leave them to die. This is the guy, the most ugliest human being in the face of planet, dangerous. But when it comes to humanity, he will come and use Islam to come and trying to adjust himself to Salam alaikum, Kaifa halik, and they're trying to use all this kind of Islamization. They are more dangerous people that you can say. I'm saying it, and you all know that I don't do videos like that, but I'm getting pissed for incompetency, most ugliest people in the face of planet. When I say most ugliest, not because of his face, his heart and the face are ugly because it's a racist government, and this is what he's done in his country. And watch, I want you guys to watch this.
We don't want them living here, screams one man. Long live Tunisia.
There was a wave of racist videos on social media.
Right.
I was seeing such disgusting posts, so I was sure an upsurge of anger was about to happen.
After days of tensions that reflected the surge of an anti-migrant sentiment, the Tunisian coastal city of Sfax will never be the same again.
Tunisia in 2013 to work as a housekeeper.
All right,
It took
let's put it this way. Yeah, they're talking about anti-migrant, so generally anti-migrant, but mostly people immigrant over there were blacks who they don't come from any planet, they come from the same continent. And most of them were few at countries like, if you look at the map between Senegal and the Gambia and whatever, they are close. It's not much. You go Mali, they are there. And he treat them that they are not human beings. And with that being said, okay, watch this. The indigenous people, listen carefully. I want you guys to take close, okay? The indigenous people of the country of Tunisia, okay? They were black and brown people, okay? They were Berber people. They call it Berber people. They were black and brown people. And then in few years, at 2011, they want United Nations to recognize them. And the United Nations recognized them as the indigenous people of the Tunisia. The government refused to recognize these indigenous people because they know that they are colonizers. We all know the history of Arabs migrant in thousands of years ago. The Arabs migrant from the Middle East getting through to Mediterranean Sea to get to Spain. We know, all of them settled over there at the end. We all know the history. He tried not to recognize the indigenous people of the land, but right now he's trying to. So I'm not surprised that being racist on other black people, and the citizens are racist. So this is the sentiment that is echoing in the minds of the Arabs. We are talking about two countries. We haven't go to the rest because there's no time. So I want you guys, I don't hate Arabs. I have a lot of Arab friends, and I'm not saying that all the Arabs are racist, but most of them are racist. I'm not the one who said it. The first lady also said the same. The Arab lady who gave the talks she explained about her life experience. She also said the same. So it's something that we people who have been experienced or stay with the Arabs have tasted it. And we know how bitter it is for somebody being racist because you are black. I can't help it. I can't cut my skin and throw it to become a white. Why should I be a white for what? I'm a black and I'm proud of it. Nonsense. And let's watch the last video.
3 years before she could open her restaurant.
Every time I asked for a permit, they told me I don't have the right to do business as a foreigner. In the end, I had to push for 2 years to have my rights recognized.
Just a common, basic, fundamental right. There's somebody who is not overstayed. She's not overstayed. You understand? This lady is from Senegal. All right? She's not overstayed. And she's trying to make a living. And she have her permit. And she's applying for working permit so she can open a restaurant. And I know that, the Arabs won't eat. The Tunisian Arabs will never come to a restaurant to eat because it's a black food. It's a black food. It's a black person making the food, so maybe not taste good. Discussing black food, so the racist thing will work over there. But as a matter of fact, she's not looking for the Arabs to come and eat because we have a lot of Africans who have a permit to stay, so they can come to the restaurant. Everybody is welcome. She's not trying to discriminate Arab and black. She's trying to make a living. But here's the situation that the government refused to give her the permit to open the restaurant. It's not something like for free. She will pay her taxes. But I know that there's a lot of European restaurant over there. They get it more easier. But getting some people and the strangers who came from Europe, jump from one continent to come to that country, that continent, Africa, they get much easier to be recognized when it comes to business. But the citizen or indigenous person who live in the continent refused. They refuse her to get this permit to work over there. That's ridiculous, bro. That's absolutely ridiculous. That's why we come in. And I want you, all the viewers, to also drop up your comment below and let me know your thought. Let's listen to the end of the story.
Miriam worked with the UN Population Fund to write a comic strip that raises awareness about the mistreatment of female migrants in Tunisia.
Yeah.
When she finally found a job at a beauty salon, she faced racism and abuse from her employer.
Listen to her.
She insulted us every time. She would say, "You're black, you smell bad."
Y'all can hear that? The boss will insult her, humiliate her, and tell that you are black and you smell bad. So guess what? Do you think that they will go to the other lady's restaurant and eat? No. This lady shoot a pedicure and manicure. They insult her and tell her a lot of nonsense. How much more that somebody African being, a black person have a restaurant? I don't think they will. So racism is in the heart of a lot of the Arabs.
Subscribing to ZS Royal.
Subscribing to ZS Royal.
Subscribe to ZS Royal.
On subscribing ZS Royal.
Please subscribe to ZS Royal for more interesting contents.